G'day everyone, welcome to a very sunny Warrnambool. We're down here thanks to our friends at Betfair. Nick Heathcote, great to see you, mate. And the Wimmera's leading scrapper, Glenn White's with me. I'm Anthony Jupp at the picnics. Welcome to Warrnambool everyone, it's a very rare year here. As you can see, we've got the sun shining in the background. Where else would you rather be, boys? We're here, we're in the betting ring, we're in the jungle, we're ready to do some work. So it's going to be a big 3 days of betting down here. There's big, thick fields. Like, these are the best jump fields I've seen for a long while. So we're going to run through and try and find you some value, both bets, lays, the whole lot. We're just going to run through the card and give you our thoughts. Scooter, it's huge.
Yeah, it is. Like I think we'll skip the maiden hurdles. They're a bit of a mystery.
Well, they are tough. They're big fields. There's a couple there, but it's tricky. There's one I like, Epsom Hill in the first, but I'm happy to wait till later on in the day.
We'll start off with race 4, will we?
Yep.
1200 metre maiden plate. Weary's got the favourite. It's about $1.90. Night Falls. Is there anything that can beat it?
Well, I think there is. The 14 Miss Prestigious out of the McCarthy camp. It's had 2 starts for 2 seconds. Was narrowly beaten at Geelong. Flew home with an eye-catching run at about the $9 quote. I think Night Falls is unders. I think it's way too short of the $1.85. I think that was $1.85 this morning I looked.
Yep.
And Miss Prestigious was $9. So I'd be happy to take that on at Night Falls with Weary's. It's lightly raced, but so is Miss Prestigious, and it's got a wide gate. I think Night Falls is out of the 9 and Prestigious is out of the 11. I'll be happy to take it on at $1.85 with McCarthy's. If you watch they've got beaten only 0.1 at Geelong, the 1200 metre maiden in a pretty strong field, and got beaten by a pretty smart one too that's going to go on.
So that's a good way to build your position on that race, isn't it, Whitey? You can get something out of the favourite at the short odds, have a little bit on the 14, but you still have the rest of the field running as long as you can get the favourite beat. So that's probably a real good strategy for that race.
Could be a big drift to the 5. So wait if you want to back it.
Yeah, I think so.
Have we got anything in race 5, guys?
Yeah, race 5. Well, that's a Gold Strike. That's a feature flat race for the day. It's 2-year-old fillies over the 1,000 metres. A horse called Right Enough, which is a full sister to the really good galloper called Rich Enough. And it's been well supported in the market early. 650. Like they bet 650 about it when it opened the clock. It's into about 320 now. I think I looked before, it was 310, 320. Look, it's obviously got ability with a full sister to Rich Enough. Whether it's as good as Rich Enough, I'm not sure. But there's another one in there which I'd probably be happy to take it on with, is the David Hayes trained Dame of Thrones, Regan Bayless on. It's an I Am Invincible filly. Right Enough, of course, is a Written Tycoon filly. They're probably the 2 best stallions size of the 2-year-old sprinters that we've got, Written Tycoon and I'm Invincible. But the 6 Dame of Thrones out of the Hayes camp would be, I reckon, good value.
Sure. You like anything in?
I had a look at the trial of Stravain. It was a horse that sort of needed to be pushed out. It wanted further than 800 metres in the trial, and it might improve on a drier track. So the 11 might be the only danger there.
And Whitey, just on the 12, have we got an absolute floor price that we won't take below there? Like, would you be taking under $3, or do you sort of need better than $3 to be backing it in a field like this?
Yeah, the 2-year-old filly, what sort of mood they're going to be in? Is the big stage going to be too much for it? How educated is it? The jump outs are pretty hard to go on, but look, I think at $3, you'd probably be looking further than that at $3 quote, that's for sure. Pretty hard to back a 2-year-old first starting filly at the $3 quote. It's a bit of risk there.
Feature race for the day is race 6, which is the 3YB Scotty Stewart Briley steeplechase. There's this is a cracking field. There's been plenty of recent form that's fed into this race. Monarch Chimes was great there on the track at Pakenham that day. Was probably a bit similar to what we're going to get here. It wasn't bottomless like we've had at some of the other meetings. But there's one at odds here that I could consider backing the place for sure, which is Manatone. It jumped really well and ran a really good race when it won there at Hamilton the other day. He's in really good form. He's super honest. He jumps well, which is what you need to do around here. I think he's going to be competitive. He might be 7 or 8, even bigger on the exchange to play. So he's something that I could have a ticket on. Other than that, Dormello Mo, he was also really good behind Monarch Chimes at Pakenham. But this is a very deep race. There's some really good form. The one that I'm probably happy to take on in that race is probably with the 70 kilos coming off the Oakbank form, which I don't think is as strong as what the Victorian form is. I'm happy to take on ZM in that race.
Yeah, that's a good point. With 70 kilos, he gives Demuelo Mo 4 kilo, which is something I don't think he's going to get away with, really, especially the way you ran on the other day. So you're all over it there, W. I think you're pretty close to that. Should about have that race sewn up, I think.
Yeah, but Nick, I look across. Are you going to disagree with me here? I'm looking forward to this. No, I just 615, and I'm not a steeple expert, but hopefully I can get you boys rolled. But we'll move on to the 7.
But that's what we need. We need different opinions in the marketplace. That's what makes Betfair great. Everyone's got a different opinion on there.
Exactly.
We get to race 7, which is the Cali Hotel benchmark 78 handicap over the 2350. I battled a bit looking through this one, boys. I hope you can lead me into something here.
Okay, mate.
I've got a few there.
Well, there's actually one here from your camp, isn't there, Wardy? Down the bottom there, you're going to run?
Yeah, no, I've scratched him, mate. Probably head to Bendigo with him on Friday over 2200 metres.
That's Gold Seal we're talking about.
That's Gold Seal, punters. So if you've got any left by Friday, keep your eyes open.
There's a horse in here that caught my eye at Ballarat their last start, actually, and the start before the last 2 starts. The 9 Romanesque out of the Jared McLean camp. Now, it probably didn't really have any right to run third. Early first week of April, it might have been the 8th of April at Ballarat there. It ran on really well through the field. It's crying out for the trip. It's an imported horse. It's an Irish stayer, that's what it's for. I'm not sure if it wants a wet track. It would, if the heavens open up and it rain, which it's not going to do, but if it was soft 7, heavy 8, you'd nearly really have a good go at that horse. But in that I had 7, 9, 10 and 11, and I think 10's going to be hard to beat. Big Hammer, it's in good form. But the 11's another one, and the 7 at odds too, so farewell. 7, 9, 10 and 11 I had marked in that race. But I do like Romanesque, so each way punters, that Romanesque is probably going to be good value at about $8 or $10 this morning.
I think there must be a filly walking past because something keeps catching Juppy's eye. He's a little bit distracted here. I'm not sure what's going on, but I thought, the 10 Big Hammer looks ready to spike out to 23.50. The mare that's flying is Cause. It was a good win last start and produced pretty good numbers on the clock. Just a little bit concerned it might be a bit too dour, and something with a big finish like Big Hammer might be able to reel it in. I'm not sure that Silent Command's got the right foundation third up, but it's obviously coming out of listed grade. So, and yeah, I echo the thoughts of Romanesque. It's got to be in the numbers as well. But Big Hammer on top.
Big Hammer on top. Sure.
Race 8, I am Warrnambool handicap over 1700. This is another tough field. There's some interesting runners here. Anything could happen. I'm at a loss here. There's some horses that are not really in form. It's a really tricky race for mine. I don't know how involved I could get in it, but probably Tradesman for mine. I thought he's running at the Echuca Cup was a decent run, but it's just tough here.
It is a tough race. Tradesman, look, it's very short. I think it's about $1.75, $1.80. Look, Darren Weir trained, Johnny Allen, 700 metre event. Look, I'm happy to leave out of that one. I'm not really sure. Tradesman on top for me, but there's probably 2 or 3 others. Look, like Simon Wild's trained Floral Fever. There's a camp that's been going well. Dean Yendall on board, 54.5. So, it's given that horse 4.5 kilos, which is it that good? I'm not sure. No, I'm not really sure, and I'll probably sit out of that one at this stage.
Yeah, it's the price is too short for mine to get involved in, but I don't particularly want to be laying it either. So it's just a race that race is going to come down to price. If it gets shorter, like if it gets to $1.65 or something like that, then I'm probably get something small out of it. But it's a race that I don't want to get too tangled up in. Boys, race 9's the Carlton Drive benchmark 64 handicap over 1,000. We've got another deep field here with. It's a bit of a convergence of Adelaide form, provincial form, and some coming from the city. They're coming from absolutely everywhere here. It confused Ali. I couldn't line them up.
It just screams of a first up sting. Like obviously 1,000 fresh. 2 horses that sort of jumped out to me that had a bit of class were Fabulon, Luke Nolan with Colin Scott, and the other sort of guest job as well would be Matty Williams, that young boy with Dean Yendall. But outside of that, you can probably make a case for about 7 runners, but Whitey might have something for us here.
Oh, look, I do like the 4, the mare. The way it ran on at Cranbourne last start, it ran on really well. Only just got beaten. Well, it gets beaten by less than a length, I think. So it got beaten. I think it was half a length, less than half a length. Got beaten there, the mare. It has been well supported in the market. I looked there before. It opened the betting at about $31 and it's into 15s, I think now, 13s at the moment. So that's probably one that, for a wide bet or a good each way punt. Race 9, number 4, the mare, it's got ability and it probably can do something fresh. I think that's my thoughts anyway.
And then we head over to the lucky last race 10, the iDetect Benchmark 70 handicap. I've found one here that I'm really keen on. It's probably nearly my best of the day for a camp that's absolutely flying. Number 4, Disgraceful, for Will Clarkin and Jamie Carr. They've bought it from New South Wales. Camp's absolutely flying. They had Steel Frost win there the other day in Adelaide. They're just for mine, it's one that I'm really happy to pin my hopes on, and if it wins, I'll be having a winning day.
Yeah, you're right there for sure. There's one in there where he's Georgia Steele. There's been a few people tipped that this morning. There's been a bit of hype, a bit of talk about it. Apparently it's in really good form. They have a good camp, it is flying. But I'm more leaning towards the 7, Paramus Boy, in that for Matty Williams, the first up out of the Matty Williams camp today. I think the 7, Paramus Boy, again at each way odds. It was yesterday, I seen it at about the $23 mark, and I think now it's into about 12 this morning. So for an each way bet, Paramus Boy, but Georgia Steele with Darren Williams is going to be hard to beat, I believe.
Yeah, I sort of agree. Georgia Steele's probably the win bet, and I'd have something to place on Paramus Boy to round out the day.
Yeah, it's a great day, guys. Make sure you get along to Betfair, get involved within the game. It's going to be huge. There'll be heaps of liquidity. Everyone's going to be involved, so make sure you don't miss out either. We hope we've steered you in a winner or two. We'll be back again this time tomorrow, hopefully a little bit as sharp as what we are now, but it's going to be a great couple of days, so hopefully we can find a winner. Good luck, punters, and head to betfair.com and make sure you get involved. Good luck.